I'm very pleased with the news that I have to bring to everybody. Our worst fears have been rested, and Rafa is staying. Confirmed, end of discussion. Any talk that going to West Ham, any talk that could potentially go to Arsenal if there was a situation where Wenger left, it is all very much put to rest. Was I ever worried about it? Not gonna lie, a little bit. I was sort of 80% sure that he'd stay, but in my experience in Newcastle, you have to accept the possibility that anything is possible. What actually has happened? So the club put out a statement. Newcastle United can confirm that a meeting has taken place between the club's owner, Mike Ashley, managing director Lee Charnley, and manager Rafa Benitez. It was agreed by all parties that the meeting was very positive and constructive. Mike again congratulated Rafa and his team on gaining promotion to the Premier League as champions. Plans for next season were discussed, including the purchase and loan of players to add to the squad in readiness for the Premier League season. Speaking after the meeting, Mike Ashley said, "I've confirmed to Rafa and Lee that they can have every last penny that the club generates through promotion, player sales and other means in order to build for next season." This is what Rafa said. "I'm pleased with how the meeting went and the positive approach we are all taking together to build on what we have started this season. There will be challenges ahead, of course. The summer will not be easy, but the hard work has been going on for some time now, and we can now continue positively with the development of the squad ahead of the start of the new season. I wish fans an enjoyable summer." So we all kind of knew that Rafa was already placing plans for the summer, such as pre-season tours, even after we've been promoted and we won the championship. He's been seeing under 23s, so he's keeping an eye on player development. There's lots of speculation. He already had a list of transfer targets. This all started, for people that might not know where all this rumour stuff started, it started in January when we didn't get any players in that transfer window. Benitez, it was kind of common knowledge Benitez wanted Townsend. There was also a couple of rumours about players like James McCarthy, and nothing came through in the end. And there was a worry that there was a conflict of interests, so to say, and that the board were returning to their old ways where they were really keeping track on the money and they were making all the decisions. This is something that we thought was eradicated last summer, and it seemed as though it was when Rafa brought in the players that he did and rebuilt the squad. However, we've now had to have another one. It's almost been like a repeat to make sure that Rafa stays. I'm going to repeat this bit about Mike Ashley. This is what he said. "I've confirmed to Rafa and Lee that they can have every last penny, and also that Rafa gains full control." He didn't actually say that, but that's what it's very much understood to be about. That's a massive thing, because everyone was worried about the budget, and seemingly that was probably going to be the biggest factor of these discussions, was the budget that was going to be in place. While we did rebuild the squad last season, got rid of a lot of the players that didn't want to be here, a lot of deadwood, which was brilliant, and we got in a whole new squad. Actually, there's still lots of gaps to be plugged, and there's a definite lack of quality even at championship level, let alone Premier League level. So we all knew, and we were saying this in the fan cams, 40 said in his, that we need a minimum of 75 million. This budget that we're all seeing is going to be around 70 to 100 million. That's what it is sort of suspected to be. I mean, it's just, we can't stress how massive this is for the good of the club. Rafa having full reign to do what he wants. He can build the squad that he wants. And they're just going to sort of sit back and allow him to do it. They're not going to interfere. Well, let's hope they don't interfere. We'll be talking about on Newcastle Fans TV more about player targets, what will happen over the summer. However, I felt it was very much appropriate to bring you probably the best news we could have gotten at this stage, and now any speculation can be put to rest, and we can all now enjoy our summer and look forward to next season. But make sure you keep an eye on Newcastle Fans TV, because there'll be lots of things coming up in the very near future. I've been Will Dixon, and I'll see you later.